relationship between tree root systems and the soils in which they grow has a major influence on tree health and performance. By knowing more about soil physical, chemical, and biological properties, the arborist will be better equipped to manage trees in an urban environment. Soil is much more than a substrate of rocks, sand, silt, clay, and organic matter that anchors roots and provides water and minerals to trees. In fact, soil is an ecosystem inhabited by insects, earthworms, nematodes, fungi, bacteria, and other microbes all living together in a delicate balance. A handful of soil can contain tens of millions of living microbes, each with a function in the soil's ecology. The ecology of soils varies with geographic regions, climates, the underlying geology, and the types of plants growing there. The mix of plant and animal microorganisms may be very different in a grassy lawn compared to a forest floor. For example, the soil beneath an oak tree, Quercus species, in an oak forest will be different from the soil beneath an oak in a bluegrass, Poa species, or St. Augustine, Stenotaphyrum secundatum, grass lawn. One, explain how soil texture and structure affect porosity and water movement. 2. Define pH, cation exchange capacity, CEC, and buffering capacity. Describe their effects on the availability of essential elements to trees. 3. Define rhizosphere and describe the importance of soil organisms and organic matter to tree roots. 4. Explain the relationship between soil moisture, absorption of essential elements, and root growth. 5. Define gravitational water, field capacity, permanent wilting point, and infiltration rate. Native soils are the result of millions of years of biological, chemical, and physical weathering of parent material or underlying bedrock. Soils are usually dominated by the geology of the soil parent material. By volume, ideal soils are composed of 45% mineral materials, sand, silt, and clay, 50% pore space, filled with air or water, and 5% organic matter and organisms. Over time, soils develop horizontal layers below the surface called horizons due to rainfall, leaching, heating and cooling, chemical reactions, biological activities, and accumulation of different elements and materials. The description and classification of these soil layers are part of a soil profile. The soil profile normally consists of 4 major horizons: O, A, B, and C, although soil scientists classify a number of sublayers and transitional layers. Sometimes these layers can be distinguished by differences in color, texture, and smell, which can indicate variations in drainage, organic and mineral content, and other characteristic changes. The top horizon of the profile, O, in an unaltered soil is a thin layer of decomposing organic material called the organic layer. The organic layer has a huge impact on the biological characteristics of the soil. The next layer down is the A horizon, also called topsoil. The A horizon contains most of the fine absorbing roots of trees and is very biologically active. This horizon is normally rich in organic matter, which gives this horizon its characteristic dark color. The B horizon, intermediate in depth, is composed of fine textured materials from the A horizon and soil particles from the lower parent material. The uppermost layers, O, A, and sometimes the upper part of the B horizon, are referred to as the topsoil. In urban situations, these layers may not be distinct. Additionally, a large portion of the topsoil may have been stripped away or damaged during construction and land development. The C horizon is the deepest layer just above the bedrock, and it is composed of the partially weathered parent material. Soil in this horizon is continually forming through the physical, chemical, and biological weathering of the parent material and the organic layer. The organic layer on the soil surface contains materials such as leaves, twigs, bark, and organisms that compose the litter layer. The litter layer is very active biologically and is gradually broken up and decomposed by this activity. Soil organic matter consists of dead plant and animal material in various stages of decomposition. Organic matter shrinks and swells with changes in moisture content, which helps to form pore space within the soil. Some organic matter helps to bind soil particles together to form larger aggregates, which improve soil structure. Organic matter also serves as a food source for soil organisms. The growth and movement of these organisms through the soil are important for improving aeration, fertility, and the structural components of soils. Tree roots grow where soil conditions are favorable. Roots require space among soil particles, organic materials, and essential mineral elements, and adequate oxygen and water. Most of the fine absorbing roots are found in the upper 6 to 10 inches, 15 to 25 centimeters, of soil, and tree roots seldom grow deeper than 3 to 4 feet, 1 meter. Less frequently, however, and depending on the tree species and environmental conditions, it is possible for trees to develop deeper root systems. Soil texture refers to the relative fineness or coarseness of soil particles, specifically the relative proportions of sand, silt, and clay. Sand particles are relatively large, resulting in coarser textured soils. Soils that have a high percentage of clay, the smallest soil particles, are fine textured. Silt particles are intermediate in size. Textural classes of soil are determined by the percentage of the 3 particle types, as shown in the soil textural triangle.